Guys, it's me. I'm back.
What's up, party people?
We're like, Mads, come on. All right, this show is taking a turn for the.
Look at that. Talk about good timing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. We got a hell of a show for you. We got Brandon Palaniuk on. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. This little show of ours, it's pretty darn good. I've been gone for a couple weeks. I've missed you guys, but now we're back. And then, of course, then next week I'm going on the road, and then I'm gone again. So I don't know. Welcome to July, all my friends. It's whoa, what was that? I don't know, all sorts of little sound things going on in my ear. Jared, our producer, is constantly trying to keep me on my toes. We do have a really great show for you today. Like I said, Brandon Palaniuk's on the show. We're going to give you a quick recap. We're going to go through the current leaderboard of the Monster Bass Big Bag Championships. We got golden tickets. Going to give away some prizes. And I'm going to hook you guys up with some sort of special offer. So if you want to score something off the website, just for tuning in, we're going to make sure we make it worth your while. I'm joined today by my good friend and yours, the bearded bad man himself. Max is on hiatus. He just called me about 10 minutes ago. I didn't get a chance to answer because I was already on another call. So I wasn't sure if he was tuning in, so I had to pull some last-minute strings and grab Alex off the water. So why don't we see what he's up to and get him on the line right now. So how's it going, man?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. I haven't seen you in like 10 days. I'm starting to miss you already.
I know we're going to have to start like FaceTiming like weekly or something just to itch the itch, right?
I don't know. I have a feeling Ben might get upset.
I know, right? Yeah, that's stiff competition there. Like, I don't know. You can't really interfere with me and Ben's daily talks, right?
No, don't want to come close to even putting my finger on that one. So
yeah. I wouldn't get your fingers anywhere near that. Yeah.
Man, we got Brandon Palaniuk on the show today. That's pretty big,
dude.
Huh?
I'm jacked up about it. It's gonna be a good one. Brandon's an interesting fella for sure, and he's got a cool story, a lot to talk about. What's funny is like me and Brandon have communicated through people, but never actually like talked to each other in person. So that's gonna be good to kind of finally, I guess, meet face to face.
Sure.
As we often do on the internet, right?
Yeah, this is true. So listen, folks, if this is your first time tuning in, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button so that way you know when we're going to be online, because we've got lots of things going on here at Monster Bass. And I'm happy to have Alex and Brandon Palaniuk on the show today. The timing couldn't be any better because, you know, in the topwater box, we had the 3-inch Ned zones from X Zone, and obviously we can get some info from Brandon about these baits, because it seems like every year it doesn't matter. I feel like since the Ned rig came to be, everybody fishes it, and every news outlet talks about how it's the hot trendy item all the time. It's amazing to me.
I know it's been a trend since it came out like 5 years ago. Like, it doesn't matter. It was funny. Me and Ben were actually talking about it today. There's like 3 things on YouTube as far as fishing that always seem to get views, and it's like a trend. That's the Ned rig, a jig, and a chatterbait. And it's in that order. People love those 3 things. And I think the Ned rig is it catches fish. That's why everybody likes it so much. And
it's pretty easy to fish. I mean,
oh yeah.
Listen, I can do it. If I can do it, you guys at home can. So
that's right. That's right. I actually caught him on a Ned rig this week. So I mean, there you go.
Nice. Very nice. Well, let's get while we're waiting on Brandon, let's give everybody an update on the Monster Bass Big Bag Big Bass Championships. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, it's a one-fish year-long tournament. Your next catch could win you up to $10,000 worth of cash and prizes. Now, we split the country into regions to make it fair so that you guys up in Vermont aren't fishing against the guys in Texas. If you're a Monster Bass subscriber, it's free to join. Just go to monsterbass.com/BBC for all the details. And if you're just part of the general public and you want to participate, it's just $10. I mean, it's simple. It's $10. So I'm going to give everybody a quick update. And we're going to start with the California, Florida, Texas region. Through June, our own Robbie Mendez with his 25-inch bass is in first. And so he's gonna get a prize pack. But, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to give out prizes for the smallest. So that way there's no excuse for you people at home to not participate. I don't want you to log in, see a 25-inch bass, and think I got no shot at this. So Daniel Hibbets, with your 13-inch bass, you're also taking home a prize pack for submitting the smallest fish in the South. In the North, we got a three-way tie between Levi Bulgren, Jacob Grubbs, John Coverly with 21 1/4 inches, and then Tyler, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, I apologize, Akazaki with 14 inches. And then in the South, we got John Sowers with 23 3/4 inches, and then our own Brandon Rader with a 13-inch bass. All you guys are getting prize packs just for participating and being our leaders through June. Smallest and largest fish. How you like that? It's pretty good. So,
Phew, that's some big old fish.
well, just so we're clear, Robbie AM posts pictures in our Slack channel, and just about every day I have to tell him how much I hate him. Because every day he's posting fish that, he beats my PB just about every single day. And so I don't know where he's fishing and, what country club he belongs to that has big giant bass in their golf club ponds. But boy, oh boy, that guy is crushing them.
Yeah, that's stiff competition right there. I'll have to do something really special to catch up with any of those guys. I'll tell you that much.
Oh. Hey, Rafi, do we have names for the golden tickets and stuff? Oh, I can do that? Oh, I love that. Okay. So, folks, we're going to do it a little bit differently. Since you guys are tuning in, I'm going to reward you. Rather than just read off the golden ticket number, I'm just going to start picking names. And if you've got a golden ticket, you send in a picture of you and your golden ticket, and you're going to win. So, membership has its privileges. Where is he sending it to? You're going to send it into marketing@monsterbass.com. If you guys could see it right now, guys. It's like 104 degrees, and Rafi's over at the grill, and it's just smoking up a storm. And I swear to God, I can't even imagine how hot it is by the grill today. But today's show is sponsored by X-Zone. If you guys aren't familiar with their soft plastics, we're going to get up front and close and personal with some of them today. Jim, the owner of the company, is a great guy. Been a pleasure to work with him. And Jim believes in so much that what we're doing here at Monster Bass that he's committed to putting X-Zone in the box every single month. It's the only subscription box company out there where you're going to get X-Zone every single month. We're really grateful for Jim and his support. And today's show is also sponsored by Meat District. If you're not familiar with Meat District, they're a fine purveyor of meat and poultry that you can pick up in any grocery store. You can check them out at meatdistrict.com. They're fueling our barbecue today, and we're really grateful for them. So,
such a purveyor of fine goods.
A purveyor of fine goods. All right, what do you say we just get down to business? Should we do this?
Let's do it. Let's rock and roll, boy.
Let's do it. And then, Jared, we're going to want to open up the hotline because I don't want to do a lot of talking. I'd love to, let our guests do the talking and let everyone that's listening, they can tune in and they can ask questions. So, all right, folks, my next guest has actually had quite a big month. He's a 5-time Bassmaster Elite Champion. Brandon Palaniuk. Let's get him on the show. Brandon, how are you, sir? Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
He looks good.
He does.
I mean, it's looking real fancy.
You guys, you can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. The joy of technology. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, man, we hate it. I don't think we got him.
It's a real good still. That's a real good headshot. If he's looking to do any modeling gigs, that'd be the shot right there.
Either that, or if he starts talking and he's not moving his lips, I'd say he's got a job as a stand-up somewhere in Vegas. Nope, I don't think we have him.
Technology.
Nope.
Almost there. We're almost there. It's gonna be. We're gonna get it worked out anytime now.
I can try to get.
Hold the right arm up.
Yeah.
Okay.
One leg off the ground.
Yeah.
Touch your nose.
If I open a door,
Maybe.
maybe.
It seems
It's
like
getting there.
I think we got it. How are we doing
It's like
now?
It's like it got better when I opened a door.
Yeah.
Hold on
It
a
did.
sec.
It did.
I'll see it. I'll see if Tiff can get me a. We have a cell booster. Hey Tiff, can you bring me a cell booster? See if it'll help. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know if it's gonna work or.
It seems to be working right now. That's pretty great.
I guess I just had to put my hand on the door, and then
There you
that
go.
opened it. I guess I don't know.
There you
Well,
go. There you go.
appreciate you taking time to be on Monster Bass Live today. What part of the country are you in?
Honestly, I have no idea where I'm at. I've been driving for 2 days. No, this is the third day straight. We're gonna try a cell
Ooh.
booster. We got
All right.
a guest appearance by Tiff.
Woohoo! Hi.
If we can find a.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have to
There's one
go.
right there.
Oh, that'll work.
Look at that.
We're gonna try to give you guys the best possible show.
Hey man, listen, this is shoot from the hip every week, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, we'll make some progress here.
Love it.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know what part of the world I'm in. I'm somewhere between Chicago and Cleveland.
Chicago and Cleveland.
So-
All right.
Yeah, I'm on I-90 somewhere between Chicago and Cleveland. I don't know. We left Idaho 2 days ago. We're headed to New York. And yeah, I'm somewhere in between.
Right on. I'll be in New York tomorrow. I hope. Knock on wood.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you fishing?
I'm going to. So I'm heading down to. My mom has a house on Erie and on Chautauqua, and so we're heading down there for the
Okay.
4th, packing up the whole family and do some fishing when we get there.
You better bring some X-Zone finesse slammers with you then.
Of course. I don't leave home without
They've
it.
been known to win.
They certainly have. So you've had quite a couple weeks here, driving across the country, and you got married recently. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a busy month. We had the Bassmaster Classic. We drove home right after that, prepped for the wedding that week, got married last weekend, had 2 days off and hit the road to drive 55, 60 hours across the country.
That's crazy.
So I feel like that's a pretty solid honeymoon for a professional bass angler.
Right? Right. Speaking as a professional bass angler, like how has life as a tournament angler changed since you started 15 years ago?
Well, if it was my first year on tour, I would be talking to you guys in the back of my Tundra, but instead I'm talking to you from the bedroom of my camper.
Fair
So
enough.
that's a slight different change there. I mean, I guess things are better in that sense, where I don't have to sleep in the back of my truck anymore. I would say there's obviously a lot of changes on the business side of things.
Mhm.
There's social media. I mean, even platforms like this where we're able to talk live and do these live podcasts and broadcasts and things. That wasn't a thing 11 years ago when I started. So just having that technology in itself opens up so many more opportunities to be able to do this kind of stuff, right? I mean, we were still, even 10, 11 years ago, stuck in just kind of written form and what was available on the internet. I mean, even YouTube stuff was just barely becoming popular at that point. Like when I started making fishing videos, there weren't that many out there that looked anything like fishing videos look like today.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about the importance of content creation and how a tournament angler has had to change what they do to meet the demands of even the the sponsors that they do have.
Really, it's become everything, right? And I think the big shift has gone where before a company created all of the content that they used for their marketing. But there's been kind of this insurgence of younger anglers into our sport. And with that comes more tech savvy anglers, and there's more content creation that comes with that that's actually usable for companies. And so you see a lot of anglers, either creating their own content, or they have camera guys that follow them around and create content, or both. And so I think that's a big difference. You see it a lot more in your contracts, and you see it none of it looks the same, right? Like every guy has their own spin on what that content creation looks like, and at different qualities and at different volumes of how much content they put out. And I think that's kind of become the norm, which is something that you have to balance as well, right? Because you have to be able to look at it and say, okay, there needs to be some sort of kickback for being able to create that content. Because before it used to cost a company a lot of money to go and create that content, but now the anglers are doing it, and so there's kind of a fine balance there.
So when you just start, they'll just have to still cost them a lot of money. It'll just be going in your pocket, right?
That's the hope.
That's right. That's right. You know what's crazy is kind of hearing you talk about that and hearing you talk about like the content creation side of things. One thing for me, that has always like made me a fan of you was like when you first kind of hit the scene, I thought, here's a dude who looks like me, he talks like me, like he's young, like me, because you were so used to seeing all these other dudes who were just like the older set, you know what I mean? And obviously, they're badasses in fishing, and that's the way you looked at them. But it was really cool to see you come on the scene. Then when you started creating content, man, it was like. When you first started creating content, I saw that, I thought, man, this right here is going to be the future of what professional bass fishing looks like for a lot of pros. Because I got my content creation thing that I do over here that's kind of totally separate from what you guys do. But like, I knew when you started creating content and Hunter started creating content, I was like, this is going to be the future of professional bass fishing. And I think really you kind of honestly paved a way for what it looks like for a lot of guys. And you see more and more professional anglers hiring cameramen and doing it a certain style and everything. And it all kind of rooted from your style, in my opinion. I mean, your style of video is kind of where everybody else is starting to push to. So it's been really cool to see you kind of lay the groundwork for that and the whole content creation around professional bass fishing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It even started before I made the Elite Series. I started with a flip camera when the year that I actually qualified for the Elites in 2010. I don't know. There's probably a bunch of people on here watching. They're like, what in the world is a flip camera? But it was this like orange rectangle that had a screen on one end. It had the camera on the other side. And it was called a flip camera because you literally just like pull the button down, a USB port flipped out of the side,
right?
And you just plugged the whole camera into your computer, and it filmed on 720. And at that time, like, it filmed 720 HD in my hand. Like, that was amazing. And now I hate filming in anything less than 4K.
It's crazy.
But at that time, it was cool because I could document what I was doing and share that, with my friends and family at home. In 2010, nobody knew
Nobody knew it.
outside of kind of the Bass Nation and then the people that supported me at home. And so it was cool to be able to share those experiences. And then I kind of just fell in love with that process and, continually evolved it into using GoPros more and, figuring out cool ways to mount them. And then, eventually getting to the point where I was actually able to hire somebody to film, because you just can't do all of it on your own and show all sides of it the way that I wanted to. Like I can't fish and film at the same time and capture everything in the cinematic type way that I would like to. And that's where, Kyle's been a big help in that sense. And then it's weird to think that I've filmed every 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, dude, and there's so much truth to that, right? That like it's so hard to, especially when you're really concentrated on the fishing part. Oh, is he just that delayed?
I think so.
This is what happens when you're between Chicago and where would he say he was? Chicago and
Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah. And in between Chicago and Cleveland, man, that's no man's land.
The dead spot right there.
The dead spot right there.
Oh my goodness.
No, but what I was gonna say while Brandon kind of works on that there is it's a total truth there. It's so hard to concentrate on the fishing part and try to film all at the same time.
Sure.
I mean, I know for me, I'm not like other content creators in the fact that I'm not here to build some like hype machine or whatever. I just want to go fishing and I want to try to film my experiences. And there's so many cool little nuanced experiences while I'm fishing that I just can't capture myself because I can't film myself while I fish.
Sure.
And when we worked with Sam, over the past couple video series that we've done, it's just been really cool to kind of catch those little nuanced moments.
Yeah.
Because you just miss them otherwise. And he's so right there. And I think it's what I enjoy about his content more than anything. And that's what's so funny is I'll be totally honest. I view the Elite Series anglers through three main ways. I look at them through their content that they create. I watch his and Hunter's content on YouTube. I look at them through the live stream. And then last, if the Elite Series event's on TV, I might turn it on.
Sure.
So I think it's evolving. I mean, especially for my generation and generations coming up, they're going to view professional anglers. And I think Brandon and a couple other guys are so popular because they're viewing them through this lens of social media. The old's dying off. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's that tectonic change. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's more accessible, right? I mean,
exactly.
Whereas before you just watch them on TV and that was it. And like you said before, now we have all this. But I also wonder about like the distraction piece to that, right? Because instead of just being able to just focus on like I got a tournament to prepare for, I still have that content that I need to create, and like constantly being on camera has got to get just annoying at some point. Because
Brandon, have you broke anything yet, man? Has the camera just become too much, and have you thrown anything yet? That's the question we're asking.
No, I haven't broke anything. I went through my phone and made sure nothing else was open and shut everything. I tried wiggling my toes in different directions to get it to work. I don't know. My cell booster's not working. I don't know what's going on.
That's all right. So, Rick was kind of talking about it, and I was kind of curious too, like with fishing and creating content and obviously being, a pro angler, where's that is there like a stress in between both of them, making sure the content gets created and making sure the tournament gets fished, or does Kyle kind of take the edge off of that and this kind of helps you to focus on winning? His answer is going to be really good when he gets back. I can promise you guys.
You know what? While we're waiting, let's pull the first golden ticket.
Hey, let's do that. That sounds like a plan to me.
Zach Messer.
No way.
For me, the biggest.
Oh.
Oh.
I think he's back.
God.
It's okay. We can get through this.
We can do it.
We're not the first people to deal with this issue. We're going to be fine.
Can't tell if he. I think he might be able to hear us, but he's just not. The video's not working.
Nah.
All right. While we're waiting, first golden ticket does not go to Zach Messer.
I don't know.
I just love the comment, like the little snippets of commentary that we're getting, because it kind of lines up. You're like, it's not Zach Messer. Brandon's like, oh no. It's like,
all right, first person. It's going to Candy Fiala. Fiala.
what a name.
So Candy, if you've got that golden ticket, take a picture of yourself with it. Send it in to marketing@monsterbass.com. You're going to win yourself a prize pack. What do we do here? Why don't we at least open up the phone line?
Well,
That's crazy.
ironic.
I
crazy.
say open up the phone lines and the phone rings. Hold on, guys. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, babe, what's going on?
I'm still at the office. How are you?
I'm great. I'm live on you're live right now.
That's right. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so
Hi.
Hi, but I wanted to mention I am officially done with work,
Okay.
on vacation,
Okay.
or taking off for the next week.
yeah, it's great. You told all your patients peace out.
Peace out.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Hey, we got Brandon back, so let's talk to him before he disappears again. You want that?
All right. Welcome.
All right. So, Brandon, I think you were going to give us a beautiful answer to the question a few minutes ago. You want to answer that question now?
Yeah, I think I remember
Okay.
the question. I'm afraid to even move very much, though.
Just sit real still.
The
Just move just your mouth.
the biggest thing is not really worrying about like creating moments in the video, but actually just letting Kyle document it and be part of that experience. So just fishing the tournament, fish it exactly like I would, move when I would move, make the decisions I would made as if there was not a camera there at all, and then allow Kyle to do his job and use his creative kind of spin on things, give him the creative freedom to document that experience so that people feel like they're part of it, right? And that's on the water stuff, off the water stuff, and obviously we'll stop and do like little interview things here and there, but when it comes to the actual tournament aspect of it, catching the fish is number one. Now, it doesn't mean that I won't try to lead a fish over to the side that he's on, because I want to give the viewer the best experience possible, right? If I have a 6 or a 7 pounder hooked on a glide bait or something, I want that fish on that side. Like, I'm going to try to boat flip them on that side. It doesn't always work, but if I can lead the fish to that side, then I do.
Heck yeah.
Well, how do you say we transition away from content? Let's talk about X Zone for a little bit. So, a lot of our viewers don't really know what it's like, when it comes time to pick sponsors, and I'm sure lots of people think that it's just about who's going to pay you the most money. but that's not really the case, right? And so, what can you take us through what went into your decision to work with X Zone, and what separates their soft plastics from just about everybody else's?
Let's switch him to a phone call.
Oh, should we do it?
Just have him call the hotline.
Have him call in.
Yeah. And then just let me know what.
You want to give him the
Actually,
number?
we can call him if you want.
Yeah, why don't you call him, put him online, and instead of video, we can at least talk about it.
But if we have him on,
Yeah.
Now we're thinking with our brains.
then we can have callers also.
Okay, do whatever you're the boss.
If we can have him call into the hotline, then this will be
When the
all right.
hotline ring,
All right, Brandon, if you can hear me,
we're pulling a Drake right now. Gonna get you on the hotline.
yeah, we're gonna call you. Why don't you call into the hotline?
Go call you on your cell phone.
Yeah, and we'll. Wait, why can't we just call him direct?
because then I can't merge question calls like hotline calls.
Okay, so Brandon, if can you text him the phone number?
I don't have his phone.
Oh,
He never reviewed it.
all right,
He has my number.
I don't know. Right there. Yeah, sure. I don't know. All right, folks, I apologize. We're having some technical difficulty, and as my way of saying I'm sorry, I'm going to give away another prize pack, so we might as well call out another one. I saw Brandon Rader on there. You know, Brandon, congratulations. You won a prize pack for having the smallest fish in the South for the Monster Bass Big Bass Championship, so keep up the good work. Every fish is a winner.
It was working. Now it's not working.
No. Brandon, if you can hear me, why don't call the hotline. The number's at the top of the screen. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, just call in, no video, and we'll just talk to you.
Yeah. So to answer some of the questions, how do you get a golden ticket? So every month in your Monster Bass bag, not only do you get the best baits for the places you love to fish, but you're going to get a golden ticket. That golden ticket is individually numbered, and then you tune in live, and we hook you up with prizes. So let's. I said I was going to give something else away. I'm going to give something to James Essary, Essary. James, if you're on here and you're listening, congrats, bro. You just won. I think he's calling in, right?
I don't know sign language.
Oh, maybe that's him. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be Brandon. Should we take a call while we're waiting for him, or? Yeah, do it. We can always drop somebody if we have to. Not that we want to.
Drop him like a hot potato. Just
yeah. All right.
Sorry, it's Brandon. Got to get up.
Yep. All right, go ahead, caller.
Hey guys,
Hey.
how you doing?
Great.
Fishing with T-Rex here.
Whoa, T-Rex, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. I was actually calling to ask Brandon a question, but I see from my screen that his picture's gray.
All right, wait, hold on. Tell me the question. Can you merge that call in? That's him right there. Hold on, we're gonna try and see if we can make magic happen. Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Hit me with the magic.
Oh, I think we got Brandon.
Yep.
And we've got Fishing with T-Rex from California, who actually called the hotline. He's got a question for you.
There you go.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey Brandon, how you doing? Fishing with T-Rex. I just wanted to know. I know you've won 5 championships. I just want to know what the difference is in your emotions between the first and the 5th. You know, I know the first one you're going to be so excited, but how was the emotions different between your first championship and your 5th championship?
That's a great question. And I've talked about this some, and I've thought about it a lot. And each win to me is extremely important and unique in their own way because they come at different times in your career. They mean different things to you personally, depending on where you're at in your career. You know, when I won my first one, that was kind of like the tournament that solidified that I was there to stay. You know, I had a good rookie season. I'd had a good first classic. And that first win at Bull Shoals kind of solidified that I was there to play. My last win was special in the fact that it was, you know, my second one of the season in one season. But really it was my first win that was more of a shallow water junk fishing type of event. And for me, that was like a huge personal win because it verified that I could catch them and be versatile and win doing different things. But then one of my favorite parts about it was battling it out with one of my best friends, Carl Jocumsen. You know, and it's hard to beat one of your best friends because that means your best friend got beat. But we're close enough to know that we wouldn't rather have it any other way, right? Like if we're going to battle it out, we'd rather battle it out against each other. And it was just a really cool event in kind of the way that it played out. You know, and it's kind of one that I didn't see coming. You know, the first one, I had an incredible practice and knew that I had a really good shot to win. The last one at Santee Cooper, I didn't have that great of a practice, and it all kind of materialized throughout the event.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right. Well, thank you for answering my question. I really appreciate it. It's just, you know, I love fishing, and I feel you when you go fishing with your friend, you hate to beat them, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Just like one of these days, exactly. I hope to get to fish with Alex Rudd there and give him a little lesson. Just kidding, Alex. All right. Thanks for your time, guys. Rick, Alex, it's always a pleasure.
All right, man. Thanks for calling
Absolutely.
in. Why don't we before we take the next call? I don't know, Brandon. I don't know how much of my last question I had or you had heard, but I was talking about, you know, when it comes time to selecting sponsors. I'm sure a lot of people out there just think that it's about who's going to pay the most money, but there's a lot more that goes into it. So can you tell me, like, talk to me about X Zone, them as a company, and then the product itself.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the money aspect of it because there are some guys that, you know, that'll be the deciding factor of how they choose who they work with.
Right.
It's just the nature of personalities. But for me, I know myself well enough now at this point that money is actually one of the last deciding factors of whether or not I take a deal. Because I've realized that I've done those deals in the past and I never feel right about them. You know, one thing that I hate doing is trying to sell product to somebody. I would rather give somebody my opinion, like my honest opinion on a product, and let it sell itself, right? I would rather just inform people of something that I believe in, because then I don't feel like I'm ever selling them anything. I'm just educating them on what I'm using and what I believe in. And I think there's a big difference there in that authenticity and how that carries out. And that was probably one of the biggest deciding factors for me to choose X Zone. Right? And I was with Zoom at the time, which nearly every bass fisherman knows who Zoom is. And I have nothing but good things to say about them. Like, they're phenomenal. Great company, great products, great people. But as I got to know Jim at X Zone better and better, and we had more conversation, I realized that our business philosophies and how we viewed soft plastics were nearly identical and in line with each other. And there was a lot of opportunity there to help with the design and the developmental side of the product, right? It was a newer brand, not nearly as established, really well established in kind of Canada and the northeastern part of the country, because that's where it originated with their slammer. But there was still a lot of room for growth there. And I really love jumping on those types of opportunities when you can look and see that, one, the people are amazing. It's a very family brand business. And I won't go super into detail about that because I don't know how much detail he'd want me to go into, but very family run, which is amazing. The process is incredible, right? There's a lot of people right now that are having supply and demand issues, and the way that they go about building their products, they're one of the few companies that are still pumping out products, and the demand is high.
Sure.
But I feel like they're doing one of the best jobs with keeping up with supply. And then the other is product. One of the things that separates them is I feel like Jim's not the kind of guy that just wants to put out a product to say he has it. He wants to put it out and be able to say that it's the best. And, that goes down to the most simple facts of what goes into the plastic, right? No cheap fillers, creating, baits that have salt in them where necessary and not adding it where necessary, right? If we want the claws to float, simple things like that often get overlooked that actually make the difference in fish biting, were kind of the big keys for me to look at that like, oh wow, like this can actually make me perform better. I'm able to catch more fish with these baits. And then of course the first year that I sign on with them, I win 2 events on them.
Right.
So, the proof's kind of in the pudding there, where it was like, I'd won events before, but then, X Zone, in both of the wins that I had, X Zone played a huge role in that. And, that's just kind of, I guess, proof, for me and everyone else that product is what they say it is. And it's continually a fun process to work with that company. And so those are, and me and Jim talk about this all the time: people, process, and product. Like, those 3 things are super important to both of us. And when you find a company like that you align with, it never feels like work. Right? You hear about people getting burnt out in the fishing industry, and it's not that they get burnt out on fishing. They get burnt out on all of the extracurricular stuff that comes with it on the business side. And it's generally because you're doing stuff for money.
Yeah.
But what I realized is that when we all decided that we wanted to fish for a living, none of us did it for the money. We did it for the love of the sport. And so when you start doing deals for money, it contradicts what your subconscious says that you should be doing.
Preach,
and it
brother,
doesn't feel
preach.
right, and then you get burnt out. So that's my long, short answer.
I love that. Amen, brother. I love that. That's what it's all about right there, man.
So, what do you have any secret new baits you can share with us coming up, or something that's in the works that Jim won't mind you sharing with just us?
I don't think I have the clearance on that.
Come on, Jim. I know you're watching,
new
Jim.
Stuff.
Jim's watching.
There is new stuff out there, but I don't have clearance for that.
Maybe the September, October.
But I mean, there is some really. I don't know. I think the cool thing, like I talked about earlier, is we're very particular on it being right.
Sure.
And that's one of the things I love, right? Is like, he's not worried about how many prototypes we have to do. It's get it right. And a lot of companies don't operate that way. And so I don't know how long it'll be until new stuff is out. I know some of it's really easy, some of it's pretty much done. It's just a matter of building it.
So Brandon in the chat,
But-
X Zone themselves said, "Tease him, Brandon. Tell us how much can he tease us?" He can't see.
I feel like Jim needs to text me directly. I don't know what my tease limits are.
That's a good point.
I know we've got. We have some
Just give us a category.
junior versions. We have some junior versions of things.
I know what that is.
So we do have some junior versions of current products coming out. We've got a new drop shot style bait that'll be coming out that I'm super excited about and should be in my mailbox when I get to my first stop in New York, so I can test it out a little bit. Yeah, there's some really cool products, and then with that, generally we've come out with a few new colors as well. That end up going across the lineup.
Of course. All right. Well, so for everyone that's watching, stay tuned because I have a feeling sometime in the fall we're going to be hearing about some of these baits. So good things are coming from X Zone and Brandon. So I think it's a collaboration worth watching. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned working with good people because to me that's everything. I mean, like you said, once you start getting into it for the money, it changes everything. And the decisions you make and the path you go down is one that once you start down it, you can't change it. You can't. I'd much rather be surrounded by really good people. Like I've always said, with the team of content creators, I would much rather have a really good dude that has 5,000 subscribers than the biggest jackass on the planet that has 1 million, because I get a choice in life on who I'm going to surround myself with, and I'd much rather surround myself with really good people. So, what do you say?
Yep, 100% agree.
I'd love to take this call. They've been sitting online waiting to ask you a question for 25 minutes. So I think we should. This isn't his first time calling. He's called in 21 times. So why don't we?
Dang.
I'm going to bring on Jennifer
Dedication.
Brown. I know it's not Jennifer, but it says Jennifer on his caller ID, so I always tell him it's Jennifer Brown. So go ahead, Jennifer. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. Did you have?
Hey, Brandon. I really look up to you. You're like a really awesome angler. Congratulations on winning all those elites. That was awesome. I watched all of them on TV. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so I'm sure there's a bunch of tournament anglers out there probably watching this. So I was wondering if you could tell us some tips on fishing tournaments and pre-fishing tournaments. What are some tips that you have for fishing tournaments and stuff? Even if it's a 10-boat tournament or 1,000-boat tournament, I don't think that exists. But yeah.
The biggest thing is keeping an open mind. I see too many guys, especially more of your weekend tournaments. Generally, you have a week off limits, right? So you practice Saturday, Sunday. You have to go back to work on Monday. You work Monday through Friday, tournament Saturday morning. I see too many guys get caught up in doing exactly what they found last weekend and not fishing the conditions, right? Because last weekend may have been a 5 mile an hour wind, bluebird skies, sunny. Come tournament day, it's cloudy, it's windy, and they spend 3/4 of their day doing the same thing. And I see it at all levels, and really that's the biggest difference maker in guys fishing on the weekend and guys fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series is how quickly you can figure out what those fish are doing, making those adjustments, and really just not being afraid to try those different things, right? Like not being afraid to not get a bite. It's okay to not get a bite because that's still giving you information about what you should or should not do. Exactly. And so I think, fishing freely and having that open mind is probably the biggest advice I can give, and kind of figure out what system works for you. Everybody has a little bit different style in the way that they fish, and use that to your advantage while keeping an open mind of how you're going to approach that body of water. Location is number one thing about where those fish are at, because you have to be around them to be able to catch them.
That's really good there. That's a lot of information. Thank you.
Perfect. Hopefully it gets a few more
Rick?
fish in your boat.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yes, I'm sure it will. Where can I get one of those awesome shirts that you're wearing?
Where can you get what?
Where can I get one of those awesome shirts that you're wearing?
I might
When
have.
will those be available? That thing is awesome.
They were available, and I think I may have the only one left. But I'll tell you what. I'll check. I usually have them send me a bunch of each, and if I have one left over in the closet, I'll send you one.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro. I appreciate your support.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Yep, you too, man. All right, let's not that one. Oh, let's take that call. I think we got Zach Messer on the line. Zach,
What's going on, fellas?
how are you?
What's up, buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. So I got a question for him here. I know everybody's asking super serious questions. So, what is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a boat ramp?
Trying to think. The craziest thing I've ever had happen to me at a boat ramp.
Or craziest thing you've ever seen?
Yeah, I was about to say that we're gonna have to follow that with craziest thing you've ever seen on the water, because I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Brandon. No, it's all one place.
thing.
It's like, right.
Man. I think the craziest thing I've seen at a boat ramp, there was a guy that was trying to figure out why his boat wouldn't get on plane, and he kept calling the dealership, and my buddy worked at the dealership, and they kept bringing the boat in and bringing it back, and they'd check the motor, nothing was wrong. He's like, man, I can't get this thing on plane. I hammered down on it, trimmed down. And this wasn't a bass boat. This is like just a ski boat type deal. And finally they're like, all right, let's go back to the lake. We'll run it. We'll go out there with you and, just see if something's going on or you're just not getting something right. And the guy goes to back it down the ramp. And as he goes down the ramp, he pulls the hitch and he takes it off of the hitch and backs the boat up with the trailer still fully strapped to the boat and tries to take off with the trailer fully strapped to the boat.
No way.
So he was disconnecting his trailer
Oh my God.
from the pickup hitch
Woo.
and taking off down the lake with the trailer fully strapped to the boat.
Wow.
That's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen at ramp.
Oh my God.
Now wait. How was he
about you,
getting
Alex?
it back? Well, I gotta pause before I get to my crazy thing. How was he getting the
I want
boat
to hear
back?
yours, too.
I want to. How was he getting the boat back onto his truck? Like, how was he getting trailer, boat, and everything back onto his truck?
Well, I can answer this one because one time Tiff went to hook the trailer up on the ball of the hitch one time and didn't get it locked, but it locked on top of the ball. She thought it was locked on the ball, and went to load it up, and it popped off the hitch.
Oh.
And so there I was, boat on the trailer. And I mean, the only way you can do it is you actually have to get, like, you have to put the hitch down. The only way I can think to do is get the jack down, and then you have to essentially get the jack to the right height. You know, and they have a wheel on the jack, so you just essentially drive it up on there with the wheel jacked up to the right height, and you have to drive it on with the motor.
Good Lord.
And then jack it down in the water. You know, I mean, like, you've seen the people that are, you know, nipples deep up in the water, you know, chest waders on out there trying to load their boat on, and you're like, just get out of my way. I can let my boat be gone.
No kidding. That's wild.
The fact that there's not a reality show based around 4th of July, Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, like just around boat ramps, like literally just filming people. I mean, I'm surprised there's not one yet.
That's $1 million idea right there, man. That's funny. Yeah. So, what, Rick?
I was just gonna say, for everybody watching at home or just in the chat, good friends at X Zone have given you all a discount code. So if you want to head over to X Zone's website and use code IG20, it'll take 20% off your order. So thank you very much, X Zone and Jim.
Hey.
And folks, go hook yourself up.
Heck yeah, go save some monies.
Yeah.
So craziest thing I've ever seen on the lake. Actually, I mean, there's quite a few things, but on the lake, I've seen a guy actually launch his pontoon boat off of the trailer onto the boat ramp one time. Completely ripped his brand new Yamaha completely off the back of his boat and actually slid under the boat. That was crazy. Like, totally just actually didn't rip the motor off. He just ripped the lower unit completely off. And that was pretty crazy. But the craziest thing I ever seen on the water actually happened not too long ago. And I was fishing with my buddies, Mr. Caleb Bell and Brandon Palaniuk, Ben Nowak. And we were on a little bitty lake up in the mountains called Parksville. And we're fishing. And two grown people walk down to the boat dock, strip down completely naked, jump in the water, swim around for a minute, climb back up onto the boat dock completely naked. And I mean, like, these people see us. It's not like they didn't see us. I mean, they were clear. Hey, how y'all doing? We're just going to get naked and swim for a minute. And then they get back up on the boat dock. They dry off. They put their clothes back on and they walk back up to their house like nothing happened.
Stop it.
Dude. I mean, literally, we're standing there, so we're fishing. The best part is we're fishing big glide bait. So I've got, like, you know, this 2-ounce glide bait in my hand. I'm like hucking it like next to this boat dock, and I mean, here these people just come casually down through here. And I mean, just, you know, butt naked. So I look at my buddy, and this is the funny part. I look at my buddy, I look at that glide bait, and I look at the guy on the dock, and we all kind of looked at each other, and I was like, I'm just wondering if a bass would take a swap. And he was like, yeah, you know, he might not, who knows? Anyway, but yeah. So, but that was one of the crazier things that I've ever seen on the water right there. Like, that probably topped it all. But naked people, for some reason, people like to get naked. Like, whether it's naked women or naked men, like, you'll be fishing and there's just some naked guy standing on his back deck, and you're like, why are you naked? And why do you want to show me that you're naked? Just leave me alone. I'm trying to catch a fish here. I don't want to see all that.
Rick, you haven't visited Tennessee lately, have you?
I can only imagine this great. Rick has been known to get naked a time or two.
Well, come on.
I wish I could see. I'm about to walk in here. I can see you guys. No, never mind. Oh, it's a different timing.
Okay. Messer, you got any good questions? Or are you done with your boat ramp antics?
Hey, dude, you know this. Yeah, it's all right. Here's my serious question, Brandon. So, like, when you first started, who did you look up to?
Oh, man. When I was growing up, I was a huge Denny Brower fan.
Oh, yeah.
Grew up, like, flipping and pitching. Yeah, a lot of shallow stuff. And I was like, I always thought, like, just watching him win tournaments, flipping a jig, I was like, that is the coolest thing in the world, you know. And I grew up thinking that that's what I want to be. And, you know, I've got to meet Denny and, you know, had some really cool conversations with him. I've had some run-ins on the water with him that I thought he wanted to fight me. And then we got that figured out. So he actually came and apologized for it later. But it was, yeah, I was always a Denny Brower fan. Still am a Denny Brower fan.
That's awesome.
Denny Brower's the man. It's a flipping master right there.
That he is.
Uh-huh. It is.
You good, Master?
Oh, yeah. You guys have a great evening. Enjoy watching it, and I'm going to keep watching it here.
Thanks, brother.
Bye, Zach.
See you, boys.
All right.
Bye, Alex.
Folks, the hotline's open. If you guys want to ask a question, oh, we've got one. Sorry. Let's take it. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Great. What's your name?
Good. Hey, what's up, Alex? Big fan, dude.
What's up, man?
Yeah, long time subscriber to your channel, Alex. Appreciate what you do. I don't know if you know who I'm Illuminathan, who I comment on every video of yours.
Okay,
but anyway,
awesome, dude.
Long time angler. Yeah, long time angler. Pro big bait. Really big into the swim bait world. I wanted to ask Brandon. Dude, I throw your Arashi Glide all the time, and I think it's one of the best glide baits on the market today. My question is, did you come up with that Misu color? Because I throw that color all the time, and I get straight.
Color is the sauce, man.
Yeah,
that color's the sauce.
That's my favorite color. And people ask me all the time, like, why does that color get bit? It looks exactly like nothing, but a little bit like everything. And I think a lot of it's just a reactionary thing.
Yeah.
That color is tweaked from a Roman-made color. And I have no problem saying that. You know, I will give credit where credit's due. They had a color that was similar to that I wanted to tweak because it used to be one of my favorite colors in a Roman-made negotiator.
Right.
You know, and I kind of, when I first started working on that bait, I took inspiration from a lot of the other glide baits that were out there, you know, and tried to fix the things that I didn't like. You know, and it took a long time. It took 3 years to be able to get it to the point that it's at now. And, you know, like you said, I think it's the best one out there by far for a mass-produced, you know, price point glide bait. Like
absolutely.
It should,
for $35
it should sell for a lot more.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. But I really like the hooks on that thing too.
Perfect. Yeah, that was, you know, rotating hook hangers, you know, all of that stuff, replaceable tail. You know, that's hard to get all that in this $35 package, but Storm figured out how to do it. I think they were pretty close to pulling the plug on me when I kept telling them no for 3 years until we finally got it right to where I was like, yes, okay, this thing is right. I can fish this thing. And, you know, and then that's what you guys get to buy now in the store.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Sick
well,
bait, man.
I'm a big fan, and I've enjoyed watching you fish over the years. And, yeah, keep it going, man.
Thank you.
Thanks,
so,
guys.
Brain, I got a question for you on the glide bait kind of train. Tell me about the quad hooks that I've seen in a few pictures. Like, what's the thought process behind the quad hook? Is it a rate of fall thing, or are you a fan of the quad hook and the hookup ratio you get with that? I've been thinking about playing with some and just not pulled the trigger on it yet. What's the thought process behind that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
the quad treble, the 4 treble hooks. It's like the 4 pointed treble hook. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I didn't know. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know if it was a touchy subject, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and shoot my shot on this one and see if he'll talk about it. If you don't want to, I get it. Trust me. But like, I would love to just know your thought process behind that.
No, it's really it gives another just another hook point, right? That allows me when that bait is kind of flying around out there, or they're trying to shake that bait. I feel like you get a better chance of getting a second hook in them with that 4-prong. Now, there are times where I feel like you don't have as much bite if they're just slapping at it and you don't hook them as well. But if they're eating it real well, it seems that you get a really good hook in them. And I'm a big proponent on changing the rate of fall. Like if you go from 1/0 quad to number 1 on the Arashi glide, it will change the rate of fall tremendously. Right. And so I'll go to number 1s if I'm fishing around shallow docks, lay downs where I really want that bait to kind of suspend up in their face. And then I'll go to 1/0, if I want to get that bait down deeper, if I'm fishing it out off breaks and things like that. So just jumping up one size in your hook sizes can play a huge role.
Yeah, that's something I noticed about that bait. And when I finally kind of figured out the hooks and split rings that I liked on it, man, it's freaking phenomenal. I mean, for the price point and everything you get out of it, man, I mean, that was out of the park right there with that glide bait. It's one of those that, like, I love my depths and I love to play with that thing because it's like it's got magic dust on it or whatever it's got. But like, dude, that Arashi, just for the normal guy who's either a tournament angler or just trying to catch a bunch of fish and have that experience with a glide bait, that's the go-to, I feel like, for a lot of people.
And what's the price point on that?
Yeah. Yep.
Alex, what are those?
$35 to $37.
Oh.
Yep, $35. It's a lot easier on the old pocket than $250. I watched one of my depths fly off into the abyss one day, and yeah, it was not fun. I shed a tear. I shed a man tear that day. That was not a fun day.
I launched a Roman-made mother one time. One of the first ones God. I got. Sailed it off into the abyss at $450. About cried.
No way.
Dude, that hurts me. That hurts me. Lord have mercy, son.
All right.
Woo.
All right. Hold on a second, because now we're talking about...
Can I ask one more quick question?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you ever fish with braid on your swim baits, Brandon?
No, I don't. Scares me.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I'm afraid
I see a lot of guys doing it today.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid if I backlash, I'd rip my shoulders out of my socket.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Great show.
Thank you. Let's go back to that. Did you just try and tell me? Did I just hear that correctly? That you're tossing a bait that cost $450?
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Some people might not know, but I have a really bad swim bait addiction. A really good
both,
one,
bro.
however you want to look at it.
Yeah, do tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my first mothers that I tossed off, and I think I've got 10 or 11 of them now. And I don't. Obviously, I don't get to throw them all the time because I'm fishing tournaments. But yeah, I've got a bunch of mothers, a bunch of OG 250s, Hinkle shad, Hinkle trout. I got a bunch of DRTs. I had some DRTs from Japan before they even made it to the States.
Your Japan trip kind of made me jealous, but I also told my wife, I was like, well, number one, I would go to Japan, but I was like, number two, we're going to have to pay for like 4 bags back because I'm just going to literally go into every tackle store and spend every bit of money that we have.
Wow.
Yes, you will. You better go with some extra cash in your pocket just for tackle shop.
Oh yeah, dude, I can only imagine. I have a slight swim bait addiction, but a more serious just JDM tackle addiction, period. And I am like Mr. eBay shopper, dark places of the web, like, you'll buy something and wait for a month and a half for it to show up, and when it finally shows up, it's just like that little diamond in the rough, you know what I mean? Little you cherish it, man.
Nice.
I'm not kidding, you can spend 4 hours in the terminal tackle section. Like, that's
I bet.
some of the most impressive stuff to me is like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, man. I tell people all the time, one of my things that I do, and this is pretty funny, is like I will literally sit and watch videos that are completely in Japanese. No English subtitles or anything. Just watching them fish, because you can gather a lot by just watching them fish and watching them rig and all those things. And so, I mean, like, I probably follow 25, 30 guys on Instagram that are from Japan, that are anglers, and just all kinds of dudes on YouTube. Just watching Japanese and Korean, South Korean anglers, man, just watching how they do things, because it's like the free rig. Like, everybody was talking about the free rig, and it's like the new thing. And I was thinking, man, I saw that like 2 years ago, just watching, like South Korean anglers on YouTube. And it's funny, man. It's just a really cool, I don't know, there's something kind of, I don't even know what the word to describe it is, but I'm sure you feel the same way, Brandon. It's just like that, when the addiction gets to that level, it's just like something special. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, agreed.
I'm still stuck on $450 for a bait. And if it's so good, but he doesn't throw it in tournaments. If it's so good, why aren't we throwing it all the time? $450.
12 inches long and weighs 10 ounces.
Okay,
so you're
fair enough.
Really cutting down on how many bites you get.
Yeah, for sure. I got it. Oh my goodness. All right, really quickly, I want to say thank you to Philip Schmidt. He's been watching lots of videos from guys like you, Alex, and he wanted to say thank you. It's really helped in, I think he said in his, I'm going back a bit, I think he said in his recovery from PSTD, right there. It's been helping him in his therapy so much. He just wanted to say thank you to Monster Bass staff, and so thank you, Alex Rudd. And then, of course, our good friend Jameson Hurley and all the good work he's doing. Thanks a lot for everything that you do. Kevin Clements, I want to start bass tournament fishing next year. What's the best way to get started? I have a Tracker 14 John boat. I'm going to say just start fishing local tournaments. I mean,
Brandon, kind of, if you
I
would kind of talk about, I was saying, kind of talk about your whole, you did it in a very unique way as far as coming up through the nation and all that. Like, that was kind of your deal, right? So kind of, if you want to, talk to us about kind of the history of fishing through the nation and doing it that way.
Yeah, that was really my only option, being from Idaho. We didn't have the Bassmaster Opens. When I started, there was not high school or college bass fishing. It's not as, it haven't been around as long as some people might think. And really the only option was for me to fish what then was called the Bass Federation. Now it's called the Bass Nation. And I couldn't even start until I was 16. And so from the time I was introduced to tournament fishing at 8 years old until I was 16, I spent those 8 years just grinding away as much as a 8 to 16-year-old can, saving my money and doing everything I could to prep for when I was actually able to start fishing the nation. And so I started fishing as a boater at 16. And it took me 7 years of fishing in those tournaments before I finally won the national championship on the Red River. And so for the people that aren't familiar with it, the Bass Nation has a chapter in every state in the lower 48, and then has, chapters, Bass Nation chapters around the world. So Mexico, Canada, Italy, Spain, Australia, like Japan. There's guys that come from all over the world that qualify for the national championship. One guy from each state, and the winner of the national championship qualifies for the Bassmaster Elite Series and the Bassmaster Classic. It is the best way for a guy to test his abilities, learn, and go through the process at the minimal dollar possible. The cheapest way that you can qualify for the elite. Does not mean it's the easiest way. You have to go through a lot of really, really good anglers, and it's almost a 2-year process to get to the national championship. But for a guy that, maybe doesn't have a lot of money, I was sleeping in the back of my truck. There were several times I would have to stop at a gas station, sleep in the back of my truck, and wait for a check to clear through my bank before I could get fuel to keep driving. And so, that like people can't use money for an excuse. There's opportunities out there that you're able to make it happen. And that was kind of what the route that I took because of the circumstances that I had. I didn't have the money to go fish the Open. I had to work to pay my way to go through there. And so I really only had kind of those weekends or to take a week off here and there for the qualifiers to be able to, slowly work my way up the ladder until I got that opportunity, capitalized on it, and then I haven't worked a normal job since.
Wow.
It's awesome.
That's quite the journey. So
yeah, a long one.
We got another question for you from Kaylee. Kaylee wants to know, my lake is 72,000 acres in Georgia.
Woo.
Should I save up for a used glass boat or buy a new aluminum boat?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say, if you can find a good used glass boat, that's going to allow you to continually, kind of advance more. I feel like you've got a little bit better. I don't even know how to put it exactly. There's some really good aluminum boats out there. The problem is right now is that boat manufacturers can't build boats fast enough. And so it's hard to find a really good used boat at a cheap price because of the supply and demand of it. And it's also hard to find a new aluminum boat. But I think it really depends on what your fishing style is. If you like to run up really shallow river, you like to jump over trees and rocks and things like that, aluminum probably going to be better because it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to fix when you break something rather than trying to fix fiberglass. And so it kind of depends on what your style of fishing is. 72,000 acres is a pretty good sized lake.
Sure is.
So I would try to find something that's big enough, either in the aluminum or the fiberglass category that allows you to be able to kind of move around that lake so that you can fish different styles. There's a lot of different ways you could take that, just kind of depending on where you're trying to go, if you're trying to make it to the professional level or if you're just trying to fish that lake in particular. Then I would say, just pick something that suits your fishing style the best.
Yeah, coming from somebody who owns a 10 rig, I love my boat, for the simple fact that I can take it literally anywhere. Water this deep, like Brandon said. I've literally run it up on logs before and been standing on the front using the power poles to push it up over logs and stuff. But on a good windy day out in the middle of the Tennessee River on Lake Chickamauga, man, you're going to be peeing blood for a couple weeks once you get back to the boat ramp. You will just beat the crap out of yourself. So there's gives and takes. Like there's nothing that rides quite like a big glass boat, like a Skeeter. But then all at the same time, I can't take that Skeeter, into these little bitty hidey holes that I find. So definitely, Brandon's right. Pick your style. I know my style, and that skinny water's my style. But for somebody else, man, there's a lot of people out there that are graph masters and out in deep water hammering down on them. So,
all right. Well, it's been quite a show. I mean, I don't know if there's any more questions out there, but I want to be super respectful of Brandon's time. He's been driving for 2 straight days. He probably wants to take a little break and spend some time with his bride. And, because he's somewhere between Cleveland and Chicago. It's the honeymoon capital of the world, so there's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah, beautiful part of the country.
I'm sure. All right, well, listen, we could keep you on here for another hour, but again, I really want to be super respectful of your time. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, Jim at X Zone, for giving us a promo code for all our listeners and for everything that you do for the company. Really appreciate the partnership that our companies have. It means a lot to me. So thank you. And Brandon, I know we had some technical difficulties, but I think we made it work. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and good luck with the rest of the season and obviously in the future as well.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And after the season's over and I can not be driving in the middle of nowhere,
right,
and I have good service, we'll have to do another one of these. Maybe when some of those new products show up in the next, not the next Monster Box, but,
Sure.
Monster Box down the road.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yep, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
See you, Brandon. Good talk to you, bud.
All right. Wow.
Yep, yeah.
Bye. Whew. One of the best anglers on the planet who happens to be a really nice dude.
I tell you what,
I mean,
not half bad.
Not half bad. Man. And he couldn't work for a better company. I mean, there's a handful of companies that I absolutely just love dealing with because they have just really nice people.
Mm-hmm.
X-Zone's one of them, and we're lucky to because those guys, like Brandon said, those guys are pumping out. For all you guys at home, I don't think you realize just the effort and the commitment from a brand that it takes to actually be in one of our boxes, because I want you to think this through. If they give me, let's just use the number 10,000. If they give me 10,000 bags to help promote their company, that's 10,000 bags that they're not selling to retail stores. That's 10,000 bags they're not making this big profit on, right? Because the value proposition is we're going to introduce you, the viewer, to new products and brands in hopes that you like what you receive. You like when, Alex makes a video and shows you how to use it. And that when you get it, you're going to end up going and buying more. But it's a big commitment from a brand because they're taking time off their press to make product for us. So it's a commitment that I don't take for granted, and I hope that all you guys at home don't either, because Jim made a big commitment to us by putting them in the box every single month. And so
and X-Zone's awesome. I mean, I didn't have a ton of experience with X-Zone because it's not a brand that is really sold in the Southeast a whole bunch. Right. And so it was really cool just to kind of get it in the bag and be able to play with some of the new shapes and some of the new colors and, some of the new baits and get to know it. You know what I mean? Because again, it's not something that is sold in the tackle shops around here. And, I'm still kind of a local tackle shopper. But now that I know that his stuff works, it's stuff that I can go pick up on Tackle Warehouse. And so it is cool. It is cool to that we're sharing it with people and getting people exposed to the brand and all that stuff. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah. Let's give away some stuff. I'm going to call some. I mean, listen, we've done a couple golden
Flawless
tickets.
transition.
Yeah.
Flawless. So what are we giving away? Give me something good to give away. Like, if we're going to give away something, let's make it a good giveaway.
Oh, would you guys like to? Do you guys have smell-o-vision at home? Do you have smell-o-vision, Alex?
I mean, I can imagine. If it's meat, then I can imagine. What are we cooking?
I don't know. So today's show is brought to you by Meat District, the fine purveyors of poultry and meat that you can find at your local grocery stores, or through
purveyors of meat,
or through mail order on their website. I'm gonna go get it because Rafi just came off the grill. Well, not literally came off the grill, but. And sure, let's let Rafi come in here and before we give away some stuff.
Rafi's got to give me a Gordon Ramsay walkthrough of what he's done.
All right, I'll tell him.
I want a Gordon Ramsay walkthrough.
They want a Gordon Ramsay walkthrough of what you bring out here.
I don't even know if it's cooked.
Well, bring a knife and a fork. We're gonna find out. bring my daughters. We'll let them try it first.
I just wish I was there. I wish I was eating some Meat District meat. I mean,
I wish you were there too. I mean, we're gonna find out.
I'm telling you. We're gonna put some Meat District meat on the smoker is what we need to do. That's oof.
I'm gonna be looking up this free rig. It's probably not
the free rig.
It's probably like $139.
No, it's a pretty simple rig. Essentially, all it is a some kind of sinker, preferably a drop shot style sinker, but instead of the little pinch thing that you pinch the line into, it's just an open ring so that the weight can slide up and down the line. It's like a modified Texas rig.
Are you pimping my kids out? Spared no expense. Oh my God! All right.
Spared no expense.
What do you got there? Thanks, sister. Oh my God! All right, so Rafi, give us the golden.
Golden?
All right, Rafi, come on down here, and why don't you give us the Gordon Ramsay breakdown on what it is that we've got here. So for those of you at home.
So that is the pork tenderloin, the garlic pork tenderloin with a bacon wrap.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
It smells amazing. Jared almost lost the camera because he's so focused on, he's like, oh, I want some food. All right, so
maybe a little pink in the middle, which I know is not great with pork.
Okay, and what have we got here?
And that is the Steakhouse salt and pepper tri-tip.
Okay,
wow.
So there you have it. It's smell-o-vision. Which one should we cut open just to see?
Let's cut open the meat first because that's the one that I'm the least confident about. See how it goes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little soft.
Against the grain, Rick. Against the grain. Don't jack it up.
Hold on, guys.
I'm gonna put that one back on.
All right, no.
It's still kicking.
I think
We're gonna have to put that one back on. Bottomless, that's pretty good.
I mean, should we go for it? All right,
give her a slice.
We're gonna go for it. Hold on, you ready?
Either way, we're gonna get a beautiful look at what this meat is.
It's raw. Is it raw? It's not raw.
Hold on, that could
Oh,
be
that's
rare.
not. That's it. And what is that? That's the.
This is a tri-tip, I believe.
Oh, well then, yeah, no, that's good. That's good. We're done.
Hold on. Now, for those of you that aren't in California, tri-tip is kind of like a brisket. It's a crappy piece of meat that if you cook it for a long period of time, it's pretty good. No. All right, girls, fingers.
Fingers.
Jared, can you bring the camera up here?
Yeah.
All right, so
I want
girls,
some.
you want to try this? All right. We're going to try that one, try that. There's one there. All right. All right, everybody come on over and grab some. Let's see if you guys like it.
Okay, I'm hungry now. This is like not fair.
No,
I'm gonna like fire the smoker up here in just a minute, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm texting Rafi right now. Get me some Meat District meat.
Choo, choo, everybody. Choo, choo. All right, I'll be the judge.
Said I'll be the judge. What's the verdict here, bud? I want it. I want that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I want that in my
Rafi, good job,
Rafi.
buddy. Thank you. Rafi, girls, was that good? Yeah. You want more? Okay. You want to try the other one? It's got bacon on it. All right. Communist.
Commies.
You like it, right? All right, I'm going to give you another piece. Go get a plate. Go get a plate. Yeah, go. You. All right. Okay, here, hold on. This is a big piece.
I'm very highly disappointed at this point. I'm sad.
I don't know, folks. Here, Rafi, try this. It's pretty good.
Take somebody's fingers off if that got near me.
All right, here, sister. I'm going to cut you a big piece. Then you got to get a knife and a fork, and you got to cut your own, okay? Can you do that for me or no? Maybe not. Okay. So, guys, while we're sitting there, I wrote down some numbers while I'm going to battle with this meat here. Rafi, I think we need a knife sponsor, maybe Cutco or maybe Sean or our good friends at God, we're going to party with them in ICAST, and I'm going to blow it. All right. Here you go. Try that. All right. Thank you. All right. So for those of you guys that are at home, can you scroll back up, Rafi, in the scrolling? Keep going. Keep going. Fire, 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 fire. Stop. Oh, keep going. Right there. All right. I got to write this down. Hold on. All right, you can go to the bottom now. All right, Darlene McAvage. You just won yourself a prize pack. Take a picture of the golden ticket. Send it into marketing at MonsterBass.com. I got to tell you, this tri-tip from Meat District, the fine purveyors of meat, is really good.
Dude, I swear that should be their new tagline. Meat District.
Yeah.
Fine purveyors of meat.
No, it's good. It's
That's
really good.
perfect.
That one's perfect. Can we we're going to bring that, we're going to eat that one afterwards. Do we want to try and cut this pork tenderloin now?
Yeah, let's look.
All right. Okay. Let's look at that one more time. This is a bacon wrapped pork tenderloin.
Oof.
Okay. I'm going to cut. Hold on. Hopefully this is not overcooked. Because you know how I like my pork. I like it medium.
165, baby. That's all you got to get it to, and it's good.
Okay. All right, boys. You going to try this?
Oh, come on. You're hurting me.
Come
this
on.
beard this beard doesn't grow on broccoli and lettuce. I'll tell you that much right now.
Here, take some. There, Jared. Take one of these pieces off the end. Yeah. All right, there you go. All right, hold on.
Oh my God.
Wow. They are fine. That's good. Yeah, here.
Fine purveyors of meat.
Let's.
The fine purveyors of poultry, pork, and beef. Meat District.
Okay. So, it's Pretty darn good. Meat District. I was a little upset with you guys because you're supposed to send 20 tri-tips up to Michigan to our meetup, and instead, what do we eat?
We had hamburgers and hot dogs, and they were bomb.
Oh yeah,
the hamburgers were good. I mean, really good.
Oh, we had Meat District hamburgers. They make hamburgers. Fine.
They do.
Fine and dandy.
So what all do they make? So we got tri-tip, we got garlic pork, we've got hamburgers, we got hot dogs. What else? What else are we sporting over here? Because
they make
wings. Okay, I'm going to the website right now.
Yep.
We're going to just read off.
They
everything.
make wings, tri-tip. Oh my God, Jared.
They got sausage. They got pork tenderloin. They got corned beef. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully they're watching.
And a badass neon glow logo too. I love me some bright colors and their little. I'm on their website right now, and their little intro here on their website has a lot of glitch effects, which I'm also a fan of glitch effects. So yeah, I'm digging it.
I'll be honest, I don't know what a glitch effect is.
It's Jared knows what I'm talking about. He's probably the only one, and it's okay. Probably like a glitch transitional effect on a video.
Yeah.
God, these hamburgers look good.
Yeah. All right. Let's give away something else. Oh, hold on. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, Maximus, what's going on?
Is my passport at your house?
Yes, I've got your passport.
Okay. Oh, is he? I'm on my way over. We're about to leave. Okay.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
Wait, and also, isn't the Uber, like, we're leaving at 6:20. The flight board's 6:20.
Why don't you let me worry about what time the Uber's picking us up?
Well, you said 5 a.m., and that's only an hour and 20 minutes.
I am not getting to the airport 2 hours early, bro.
Well, but you have to drive there first.
Yeah, but it's not going to take long at 5 in the morning.
Okay.
I got this. Don't worry.
All right.
You want to say hi? You're live on the air.
Oh, my. Did you miss the flight last time you guys went on?
No. Just so we're clear, Scott, we missed the flight because my son was eating a sandwich.
Excuse me, don't put this on me.
I'm not putting it on you. All right. All right. Bye. Oh, my God. He's so mad at me right now. Yeah. Go back up just a little bit. I know who I was calling. Stop. Chris Hooks. You won yourself a prize pack. If you've got a golden ticket, send a picture of you, your pretty face, your golden ticket, and send it to marketing@monsterbass.com. We're going to hook you up. Oh, man. All right. I think this is a pretty good show. We want to be respectful of my customer support team, which today, let's give a big shout out for Bethany Rudd, the real glue that holds that Rudd family together, and
amen.
One of the cornerstones of the Monster Bass customer support team. So you people watching, I don't want to hear you sending in nasty emails or anything that's disrespectful. You got a problem? Just tell us. We'll fix it. It's that simple. You don't have to call me names. You don't have to say, whatever. We're here to help. That's it. I got the best customer service. She's been on here all day listening. So if you got something, you need it, just let us know. But we're gonna
remember, folks, they fix it, and I'm the fixer. So just remember that. So there you go.
Boom. So
establish that.
All right. So I can't believe we didn't have more questions for Alex. Like, Rafi, we should get a beard grooming sponsor.
On it.
Beard oil.
Let's do it. I'd work with a beard grooming sponsor.
Yeah, it's called 10W.
That would be.
It's called 10W40.
Yeah, that's right. You just go. You can get you 2 gallon at the Auto Zone. You're good to go, man. You slicker right up.
There you go.
Little synthetic, baby.
Yeah. So, Our, oh, I'm making one. I'm making one just for that.
Dude, listen, if you want to start a beard subscription company, I'm down. Like we can do some killer beard oil. I know about that. Like I know a thing or two. Been there. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Before we let you go, give us a quick update on lunch and dinner. How are they doing?
Man, they're doing well. Really big. They're probably pushing that like 2.5 to almost 3 foot tall mark. They're turning into turkeys. I can walk out there and make a whistling sound, and the little male's head turns a bright red color, and he kind of flares his feathers out. And so they're coming right along, man. They're doing well.
Now tell the truth. You got them in a cage out in your backyard just to attract stuff to shoot, right?
I mean, I will say this. I did have one injured the other day, and come to find out that the culprit was a domestic house cat. It actually wasn't anything wild. Yeah, man, domestic house cat, because I caught it actually trying to get another turkey a few days later. He was reaching in trying to get him. And so, yeah, not seen any wild animals yet. We do have some owls, though. Definitely have some coyotes. But fun fact, for the people that don't know this, the number one predator of a wild turkey is actually an owl. An owl is the number one predator of a wild turkey. And so that's the thing I have to watch out for is an owl.
You mean like the ones that bring me my mail at Hogwarts?
Like, woo-hoo, yeah, an owl.
Oh, all right.
Yep, they wait usually till turkeys are mating, and a male turkey will gobble while it's still on the roost. Owl pinpoints right in on that and just right out the roost and kills him and eats him.
Oh my God, I've heard of
Yeah.
that. This is why. This is. Thanks for tuning in. This is Wild Kingdom with Alex Rudd, and all right, man. So I guess we'll. What are you doing for the 4th?
Man, I think I'm gonna smoke some meat, sit at my house, and enjoy myself. I'm gonna avoid the lake at all costs because I got a feeling it's gonna be a genuine cluster. So I don't want anything to do with that.
You might want to just go hang out by the boat dock.
Yeah, I may just take my camera and go set it up, and I may just live stream from the boat dock, just watching everybody tear their stuff up. So
I like it. I always wanted to just do a live stream from like the laundromat or some random place. I just feel like that'd be a funny show.
I've thought about this. So I would love to just reach out to some like random place around me and do like radio stations do, like, hey, we're live from
from the parking lot.
Yeah, we're live from Ted Russell Ford. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to just pull off like a radio, because you could get somebody to bite on that for sure. And just like really sell it up and be like, show up with the whole team and just do a live stream from wherever. Actually, that's probably a good opportunity. Never really like put much thought into that, but like that's probably a good opportunity. There's some good opportunity there.
Just go show up at some random barbecue place, and they'd start bringing you food and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm gonna start reaching out. I'm gonna reach out to some local businesses and see if they want to host Friday Night Live.
Oh, maybe we can do that from Rocco's. That would be dope. Anyway, well, that's food for thought for both of us. So
there you go.
All right, man. Well, listen, really appreciate your time. As always,
Absolutely.
It's great having you on the show, and I hope you and Bethany have a really happy 4th.
You too, buddy. Enjoy your trip. Be safe, okay?
Thanks, man. We'll talk with you soon.
All right. See y'all later.
All right. Bye. Well, that was Alex Rudd, folks. I mean, can I cut you boys some more of this meat?
Sure.
Oh, it's pretty good. Here. My dog is, like, losing his mind right now. I mean, when you get into the center, it's like a Tootsie Pop. So good. Hey, go to town. It's pretty good. BB Raider, that guy catches small fish and wins prizes. So, I'm just going to keep cutting. Yeah. So, all right, guys, listen. I'm going to give you one last thing. So this hat that I'm wearing, is called MB Nation All Black on the website. If you use code BLACK, you can get this hat for $10. I just made that up, and that's real. If you want this hat, you can get it for $10 today only. The code already exists on the site. Just go find this hat. Use code BLACK, and you get it for $10. I don't know. So, there you go. So, listen. Who's our next guest?
Don't know yet. We're off next week. We're gonna have a grill cam.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a really happy 4th. I hope you guys, get to spend some time with the family, barbecue, blow stuff up. But no matter what, whatever you're doing, just be safe. Do all the things that I would do and do all the things that I wouldn't do. And thank you so much for your support. Hey, Bauer, come here. All right, so this is Bauer. He's my little rescue dog. He follows me wherever I go, so he's a good little buddy. All right, you want to say anything, bro? No? Okay. See you guys later. Thanks a lot for a great show. Love you guys all.